Life doesn't always follow the path we expect, especially when navigating adulthood. Sometimes, after years of studying and working toward a goal, we find ourselves at a crossroads, unsure of how to move forward. This uncertainty becomes even more challenging when the expectations of others weigh heavily on our decisions. Today we have a letter from one of our listeners, Eric, whose journey reflects these struggles. Eric, a recent graduate, is dealing with the frustration of job rejections while feeling the weight of living up to his parents' expectations. He studied education because it was what his parents wanted, but now, after several months of searching, he's struggling to find his own direction. His story is one that many young adults can relate to: the uncertainty of what's next, the self-doubt that creeps in, and the challenge of figuring out what you truly want in life. Let's dive into Eric's letter and offer him our support as he navigates this difficult chapter. Dear Ms.HearMe, I hope you're doing well. I've been listening to your channel for a while now, and the stories and advice you share have always been a source of comfort to me. Today, I wanted to share my story because I'm feeling lost and could really use some guidance. I recently graduated from college with a degree in education. It was a major I chose mostly because my parents thought it would be a stable career for me. They've always valued security, and teaching seemed like a practical choice. So, I followed their advice, but if I'm being honest, I never felt passionate about it. Now that I've graduated, I've been applying to jobs in education for the past few months, but all I've received are rejections. Each rejection feels like a punch to the gut, and I'm starting to question if I'm even on the right path. I still live with my parents, and while I'm grateful for their support, it's tough because I feel like I'm constantly disappointing them. They sacrificed a lot to help me get through college, and now, every day that goes by without me landing a job feels like I'm failing them. They're understanding, but I can sense their growing concern, and it's hard not to internalize that pressure. There's one particular conversation with my dad that keeps replaying in my mind. It was right after my third job rejection in a row, and I was feeling completely defeated. He sat me down and said, "Eric, we just want to see you secure and happy. You'll get something soon, just keep pushing." While I appreciated his words, all I could think about was how I didn't feel secure. And I definitely didn't feel happy. That conversation left me feeling torn between wanting to meet their expectations and wanting to explore what would truly make me happy. I keep thinking back to my college years and how much I enjoyed the creative projects I worked on with my friends. We'd collaborate on video editing, script writing, and sometimes even organize small events on campus. Those moments brought me joy and excitement, feelings I haven't felt much of since graduating. I've even thought about pursuing something creative or going back to school for something different, but I'm scared of disappointing my parents further and taking a risk in a field that might not offer the same stability. The uncertainty is eating away at me. I'm struggling with feeling like a failure, and I'm not sure how to deal with this overwhelming sense of rejection and self-doubt. Every application I send feels like I'm throwing something into a void, hoping for a response that never comes. I know rejection is part of life, but how do I keep going when I'm not even sure if I'm on the right path? I guess I'm writing to you because I don't know what to do. Should I keep applying for teaching jobs because it's what my parents want? Or should I try to find something that brings me the same joy I felt during those creative college moments? I don't want to spend my life doing something that doesn't fulfill me, but I also don't want to let my family down. Thank you for listening. Any advice you could give would mean the world to me. Sincerely, Eric. Thank you, Eric, for being so open about your journey. Your honesty about your feelings of doubt, pressure, and uncertainty will resonate with many who are facing similar challenges. Navigating the transition from college to the workforce is one of the most difficult periods for young adults. The pressure to land the perfect job and the fear of letting others down can make this time feel overwhelming. it's clear that you're carrying the weight of both external expectations and internal desires, which can lead to a lot of emotional conflict. You mentioned the joy you felt during your creative projects in college, and it's important not to dismiss that passion. Often, the things that make us feel most alive, like your work on video editing and event planning, are signs of where our true interests lie. These are the moments when our skills, creativity, and enthusiasm align. If you found joy in those projects, it might be a clue as to where you should focus your energy. At the same time, rejection is incredibly tough, but it's also part of the journey. It's important to remember that the job market can be unpredictable, and the rejection letters you're receiving aren't necessarily a reflection of your worth or potential. They're simply a sign that you haven't found the right opportunity yet. Keep applying, but also give yourself permission to explore other possibilities. When deciding between continuing an education or pursuing something more creative, think about the long term. What kind of life do you want to build for yourself? If stability is important to you, it's possible to find a balance between practicality and passion. Creative careers don't always have to be unstable. There are many career paths, like digital marketing, content creation, or event management, that combine creativity with a level of financial security. These fields might require you to take a few more risks, but they could ultimately bring you closer to fulfillment. It's also important to have an open conversation with your parents. They seem supportive and want the best for you. And while they may have envisioned a certain path for you, they'll likely respect your honesty if you explain what's truly on your heart. Let them know that you appreciate their guidance, but also need to explore what makes you feel fulfilled. Finding the balance between their expectations and your happiness is key. To everyone listening, Eric's story is a reminder that the transition into adulthood isn't always straightforward. Many of us feel lost after graduating, wondering if we made the right choices and whether we're living up to expectations, both our own and those of others. If you've been through something similar, please share your story in the comments. Your experiences could help Eric and others who are facing similar struggles. Eric, don't be afraid to trust your instincts. Life doesn't always follow a straight path, and sometimes the detours we take lead us to exactly where we need to be. If you have a story to share or a question that's been weighing on your heart, feel free to reach out. I'm here to listen, and together we can navigate these challenges. As always, thank you for being part of this community. If you found value in today's video, please like, comment, and subscribe. And don't forget to share this video with someone who might need a little encouragement today. With love and support, I'm here for you. Ms.HearMe.